Buck roll. Buck roll.
Hold on tight. Is we here? Is we here? Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got my audio. Yeah, we here. We here. What's up, everybody? This is Sante and the place to be. I told y'all I would be here, and I told you I would be doing a podcast. Now, the podcast that I'm going to be doing, I'm up here looking at my TV screen. I need to be looking at the camera. Let's get it right. I ain't been doing it in a while. But lately, man, I just been so busy within the last 2 to 3 months. I like to give a shout out to everybody who has helped me get this far, but also I'm like Snoop Dogg. I like to just say thank you, God, number one, but also thank myself, believing in myself to be able to go ahead and make it thus far. Let's go ahead and turn on the iPad here, because, we might see some stuff and comments that we want to, talk about, or, let's go ahead and, because I'm one man showing it, of course. Here we go. Bam. So we here. But in a nutshell, so the pod has been taking off, and I like to thank God for all that he's done and been able to go ahead and help me grow my business, the pod or Effigy Media Arts as a whole, and being able to kind of branch off from just the norm. I love doing videos. Videos is what got me here, and I'm going to continue to go ahead and do videos and do those to the best of my ability and try to still press the envelope on creativity with that. But also, what I want to do is go ahead and expand, and that's what I'm talking about. You guys want to change the game, or try to go ahead and do something new within your business or within the realm of what you do, that'll keep you fresh and it revitalizes you and it keeps you eager to want to do more. We in a day of time where you can't really just what worked for you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. it really doesn't sometimes translate into today's time, especially how fast, technology grow, how the attention span go with people. It's really like sometimes, things get played out real quick. So what you have to do is always try to push the envelope and try to be on the cusp of something new. And that's why the whole ideal for the pod has came along. I like to give a shout out to Miss Bobby Benson and Miss Felicia for doing their podcast here, the Life Essentials Self Healer's Journey. They do it right here at the pod. If you got some love for me, share this for your boy, please. Also, some other people that I'm reaching out to be doing some things with. But who I would like to really thank, starting off is I've been busy since February, March. I haven't had a chance to really slow down at all. Today, honestly, out of the last 3.5, 4 months, this has been one of the first times that I have said, you know what? Let me sit down. The pod studio is all taken care of. It's all looking good. It's all in shape and it's all ready. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and sit down and do me a pod and go ahead and start, because I think every business, I don't care if you are, I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a trash man, you know what I mean, or politician, or you're a preacher, pastor, you're a whatever you may be, podcast or telling your message or telling your story is, basically, what people are interested in, because people want to know how you did it. They want to get your perspective on how to do it. And they also like to see people that's doing it. So a lot of times you can also expand your brand. I don't care if, like I say, you DJing, you can have your sets online. You can do all of this online and do it, you know what I mean, via the podcast. So that's why I love the podcast. That's why I love multimedia. But let me look at my board here, because I've been pretty busy, and I got a board over here of things to get done. But a lot of these things to get done has been done already. PCIP, Oakland University, the Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership. Mr. Sabino Scott, native of Pontiac, Miss Anisha D. Hannah. You know what I mean? That's her. What up to y'all? I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me and always calling out, when things are, coming up in the realm of the things that you do. And giving me the honor to be able to work with you continuously. Also had an opportunity to me and Mr. Sean Preston, we talked to some OU students, entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? So it was my first time kind of publicly speaking. I don't know how good I touched, the lives of the young ones, but I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak to them, tell them a little bit of the knowledge that I had, or a little bit of the things that I had to encounter trying to be a entrepreneur or trying to get started, because a lot of times the hardest part of getting started is getting started. You know what I mean? Because you got to believe in yourself to be able to do that. Also, Oakland University family, at Oakland University, the people that I know, Mr. Glenn, the VP of Student Affairs up there, who is also a part of PCIP. I really want to give a shout out to Mr. Glenn McIntosh. Also, so PCIP, I want to give a big shout out to them. Thank you for using me throughout the last couple of years, especially this year, and it's really helped me get things established here at the pod. Can't forget the Sin Foundation, Mr. Kano Phillips. Also, he brought on Miss Jenna, Miss Jenna, you know what I mean? So that's always fam, always trying to lend a helping hand, always trying to press the button and push the envelope. And that's what type of people I like to be around and surrounded with, people that's doing new and exciting things. So much love to the Ascend Foundation. Thank you for all you do. Also, MDS, which is also Jenna Williams. She is the founder of my dance studio, which my daughter also goes to. Anybody in YouTube land who's listening to this, you know what I mean? This is in the area of Metro Detroit, Pontiac. If you see my hat, that's where I'm from. That's who I represent, but that's not who all I work with. I'm worldwide, you know what I mean? So that's why I gotta start doing this more often. But I'm in a zone where I can do it. You feel me? So I'd like to give a shout out to MDS, Pontiac Housing Commission. So I would like to say thank you to the Pontiac Housing Commission, United Wholesale Mortgage, for, United Wholesale Mortgage, number one, is also always hospitable to me when I work with their technology team. They kind of know me now, and the ironic thing is I used to work for United Wholesale Mortgage, which is, I think, they the number one wholesaler in the state of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I'll give a shout out to Matt Ishbia. I used to be an underwriter. I trained Matt Ishbia long time ago. The thing is, his daddy brought him into his business, but his daddy made Matt Ishbia learn every aspect of the business before he raised Matt up. Now look at Matt now. Matt is, running things, doing things, and buying NBA teams. You know what I'm saying? But I got the pleasure of knowing him before the world knew who Matt Ishbia was. I knew who he was. He was a cool guy. And I'm glad that he's in the city of Pontiac and he's doing things in the city of Pontiac. So shout out to Matt Ishbia, United Wholesale Mortgage. Shout out to PHC, the Pontiac Housing Commission, for always calling on me when they got things that they got going on. So I appreciate them. So I'm just rolling down the line of who all I thank. The Pontiac Housing, the Pontiac Community Foundation, Mr. Dustin McClellan, him and his wife. But what he's doing out there for the Pontiac Community Foundation. Also, he just started up a new foundation that, I want you guys to go out and follow him. So anybody that's in your community, y'all, I know a lot of times the rule is a lot of people in big cities, small cities, intermediate cities, people have a hard time sometimes, getting behind and pushing each other. But look, at the end of the day, we all need help. We all need help to make our city great, our state great, or our country, or whatever, however you're looking at our space. And not saying that you got to like everybody. Hell, nobody got to like me. But if we going into it with a righteous heart, or, if you're going in to make positive change, just always support those that do great things. And I feel like he's doing some good things. He's a young guy. Young family, and he's doing some great things. I ask that you get behind Dustin McClellan of the PCF. I'd like to thank Oakland Press, as always. M1 Concourse and reached out to them. Identify your dream, Miss Delia Samuel. So yeah, we've been working together lately on some things, and hopefully, God bless, they'll be coming out real soon. So again, I like to thank everybody has gotten me to this point, and plus might be some others on here that I have not mentioned, but it's in the heart, you know what I mean? But so the reason I'm here today is to talk about changing your game. And when I'm saying changing your game, this podcast that I'm talking about with, what I do, it's going to be based upon primarily going around and talking about technology and things that you got to do, because I want to keep it centered on the business aspect, you know what I'm saying? But the things that I'm going to talk about are going to be also or touching or, skimming the basis of life, you know what I mean? Everything that I talk about, I don't care if it's technology, which I'm a nerd, you know what I mean? I'm a nerd, but I love it, I'm just thankful I'm able to buy the gadgets that I like. You know what I mean? They keep me company amongst other things, you know what I mean? But good family and, a few friends. But what I'm talking about today is change your game, meaning that now we're moving out of COVID and, quote unquote, it's still here, so be careful. But now it's time to go ahead and expand your, quote unquote, brand or expand your influence. It's time to expand your influence no matter what you do. Now we're in a unique position where everybody has a television show. Basically, you can, and everybody has a opportunity to go ahead and give their influence on a mass level now, And the key to that is being consistent. But I believe that moving forward, that, influencers, like you see it right there on your Facebook page and your YouTube page, they have everything is migrating to content creation. I think the best thing that you could do for you, if you're a t-shirt maker or anything, sit and talk about it. I don't care if you in front of your phone. What up, though, Trev? What up, Trev? Yeah, I don't care if you in front of your phone. You know what I mean? You don't need to be in a studio, but hey, if you want to do it, you could come here to the pod, you know what I mean? But you have to talk about it. If it's your ministry, you have to sit, you have to talk about it. If it's trauma type experiences, you have to sit, you have to talk about it, because now is a time that you can not only influence grow your influence, but you can also get paid. You get paid for your story. At the end of the day, we all need some money, right? It's just we in a 3D world, and this is how it work. We have to, we have to have assets, and we have to have things that can go ahead and help us sustain our life. And we always looking for something brand new to be able to bring some extra income, especially now how the economy is. And a content creator, if you stay consistent, what I understood about this and learned from this, if you stay consistent of what your message is, you're going to grow your audience. You're going to find your audience. A lot of times we can go ahead and get discouraged, or you make a video, or you go ahead and you put out something, and you really don't have a grasp like you wanted to. You're not an immediate success. But just as in life, you have to go ahead and continue to pound the pavement. You got to continue to go ahead and grind on the grinding board. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and talk when nobody's listening, when you think nobody's listening. And that's how you go ahead and be successful. I remember nobody listened when I was talking, or nobody gave a 2 cents basically when I was moving through, because I try to move in silence with humility and everything like that. But if the more that you go ahead and be consistent with your work ethic, people have no choice but to notice you. So if you go ahead and have a brand out there that you're trying to do, shirts, food, multimedia, you want to be a great, orator, or you want to be an author, however, whatever you want to do, you have to put it out on video now. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. And the perfect thing for you to do is a podcast. So this is a great opportunity for me to segue and just say that Effigy Media Arts is here for you. You know what I mean? This was the whole reason behind the pod. The whole reason behind the pod was to be able to have opportunity for my people and like-minded people, or people that just wanted to have a one-off message or a continuous message that goes on for a little while, to go ahead and be able to come to a place that's safe, clean, cool, and got a nice little vibe, and you go and get your message across in a professional way. You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to do. Did I even see this ever coming about, or seeing any of this happening? No, I didn't even really ever see this happening. Just it's real funny because how Facebook had those things where 5 years ago you did this, 6 years ago you did this, 7 years ago you did this. And it's real crazy because 7 years ago on this date, 7 years ago, I was doing live streams, and I was doing quote unquote podcast live streams, but I was doing it from my basement, and I was learning how to do it then. And who knew that now that I have a place and establishment to be able to go ahead and do it on another level, on a grander level, and to be able to help people in a professional manner and surrounding. You know what I mean? So if you go ahead and really try to do what you're supposed to do in your heart, you will never fail. Once you find your purpose, go after it. But after you find your purpose and you go after it, now you can go ahead. This is an opportunity for you to be able to share. You have to change your game. What are you going to do to change your game? Are you going to stay exactly where you are? Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to get left behind. If you stay exactly where you are and you keep doing things in a mundane and in a boring way, in a fashion right now, especially nowadays and times, you will be left behind. You can be hot one day, you can be not the next day. You can be good one day, you can be not the next day, next week. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jay's song, "It Was All Good" just a week ago. It can be like that, but things can flip. The world is so fickle, and it's so weird right now that you gotta be trying to do things. Now, I'm not saying to go against your ethical judgment and stuff like that, but within the realm of the comfort level that you're able to do it, you have to expand yourself, tug yourself, rip yourself sometimes away from stuff that ain't even that conducive to you no more, or is it just too comfortable where you lay back and you cool with it, like, oh, you know what? Things working like this for me right now. Things is chill. I can dig it for, I can see myself doing this for the next 2 or 3 years. But no, the world and things change so bad and so quick that you'll be left behind so fast. So when you have things on your mind that you want to do, it's the message that I always preach. You do it. People might think you're funny acting because you might and do something else that you want to do. You have to do it, no matter what it is, because that's your purpose. And that's why I want to expand people to the podcasting type of thing, because this is an opportunity for people to expand and make their brand or make their influence a little bit better. So be looking for me to come and talk about things every other day. I kind of said, you know what? I kind of got finished with all my projects. I still have a major project to finish that I'm gonna be working on from now to over the weekend, going until next week, and then I got another project coming on after that. But now that I got a lot of stuff that was taken care of and finished over the last 2.5, 3 months, like I say, it's been busy. Man, God gave me the strength to get through it. I really appreciate him. I love him for that. I appreciate all the support that I've had. Um, I see myself getting fur, real fur. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, for real, I see myself getting far. In this game, in this space, and being a staple not only in my community, but beyond my community. You gotta want to be. You have to want more than what you see, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna want to have more in your mind than what you see or what you're doing at this point. Ain't nothing wrong with being content though. Being content is a great thing, and it's a lovely thing. Sometimes it's a good time, and there's a time to be content. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the things that you like to do for yourself, when it comes to the things that you want to share with people, you can't just stay content. You got to go after it and do it. Now, once you do it, it's going to fall on the people, or it's going to fall on who it needs to fall on, and it's going to work on them on the way that it needs to work on them. Yeah, you know what I mean? So don't worry about when you're doing it if it's going to work. You want it to work. But if you worry about it working, you're not going to work it. You know what I'm saying? If you worry about things working all the time, and it ain't nothing, it's human nature to feel like, I hope this work. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that too. Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I on the right track? Am I on the right boat here? But if you worry about it too much, but if you know it in your heart, this is what you want to do and try, then you have to try it. You have to go ahead and do it. You have to go ahead and pursue those things that you really want to pursue. Let me make sure here. Facebook didn't cut me off because they're notorious for that, though. Okay, yeah. So basically, yeah, and also I also wants to give a shout out to my cousin Martell Taylor. He ain't in the building today. It'll be a good thing. I should try to get Mark, up here, but he talk about his film. But yeah, Martell Taylor just had a release premiere here in Michigan. Martell Taylor, look him up, everybody in YouTube land, Facebook land. I know y'all know who he is, but YouTube land. But if you could look out for Martell Taylor, Taylor One Films, dynamic director from the city of Pontiac, but via from Atlanta, Georgia. That's where he resides now. Does a lot of work down there, but he's doing good things. He's doing good things and being recognized also for all the good things that he's doing, done, and will be continuing to do. He just released the premiere of his second feature motion picture, in a split second. Which is a dynamic movie. I went to go see it. Hey, you know what I mean? It was a tearjerker. And he's becoming greater and greater and greater, but he does great direction and directorial type of work. He's a good writer. So Martell Taylor, salute to you. For all you guys that did not see the movie, shout out to Lauren Nicole. Also had 2 placements in that movie. She's doing great and dynamic work too. So there's so many people out that's doing some great things, man, that I see, and I just want to say thank you for continuing to live in what your purpose may be. But change your game. Don't stay where you are. Continue to try to grow and expand yourself. I know COVID, we coming out of it now, or quote unquote out of it. But right now, go ahead and expand and push yourself. Push yourself to new heights and new levels and stick to it. Do not do something and because you feel like, it ain't working right away or you don't see the possibilities. Now, I'm not saying make crazy, dumb investments out there that you can't come back from or recoup. But what I'm saying is there's something for you. You know it in here. You know what I mean? And if it's for you, then nobody can take it away from you, no matter what nobody think. You know, when like I always tell the story, when I first started out Effigy, I never got any really big support. You know what I'm saying? But now when people start seeing the wheels turning, and when people start seeing that you're serious, they start to give you, they start to give you their attention. They start to give you their respect, and respect is earned. You know that this guy's not gonna quit. He believes in this effigy thing. You know what I mean? He believes in what he's trying to do, and he's willing to make the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to make the sacrifice to go on all out and lose everything. So, especially as an entrepreneur, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be in the possibilities to lose everything that you have. You're going to be in a situation where you might have to sacrifice some things that you really want or need. But that's the road of entrepreneurship. But that's not only the entrepreneurship. It's not even just that. It's the road of you being who you want to be. You know, and I never felt freer than I ever felt now. I still have things that get me peeved and pushed off. You feel me? I still get those types of things that's bothering me, or misunderstandings that don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't stop that from me going, because I already know that I have to keep going. I have to keep trying to change. I have to keep trying to do better. I can't. But here's the thing: I don't like getting bored. And that's another thing about doing the same thing so long. I'm a person that get bored with them, especially when things are not changing. You know what I'm saying? So I like change. I like growth. I like exciting things. So that's why you have to push yourself. Even with what you're doing now, there's going to come a point in period in a crossword when you're going to have to be like, okay, I've done this for this long. I have to go ahead and push myself to be doing more. I have to, you have to put yourself first in that ideal, like, where do I want to be? And in order to be where you want to be, you have to continuously grow. McDonald's, Popeyes, Long John Silver's, Kmart's, Walmart, none of them stay the same. Has any of these businesses stayed the same since you were a kid? They had to change. If they did not change, they always adding stuff to the menu. They always adding new ideas, leadership. They always add, new employees. They always add new advertisement. It's continuously something new that they're doing. It's always continuously some type of it's some type of wave or trend that they're trying to create. So you pick yours. You pick yours. You pick what it is that you're trying to do, and you do it. You do it. To the young folks out there that may be listening, you know what I'm saying, or listen one day, is you got to make sure you're not going to, hold on one second here. Yo, I guess that's time for your boy to wrap up. I was talking so much, I ran out of battery. This was, but yeah, y'all, so we about to call it on out. But yeah, stay tuned. The pod is going to continuously come and bring that heat. But not only just heat, we're going to be talking about a lot of different little stuff. But the main thing we're going to be focusing on is the technology sector and what's going on new and hot today, and how you can enhance your prospect of, growing your business with podcasting. So with that being said, keep God first, family second, you third, and in that order you should never be made last, because the last is always made first. Living testimony, and that's the truth, Rue. If you ain't heard about it, find out. Peace.
rock roll.